Dan here for Twitch Boston and the Boston Online Broadcasters Association. I'm here with Dalia, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Make-A-Wish. Dalia, go ahead and start off by telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am the digital marketing content manager at Make-A-Wish, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Basically what I do is all the creative work, so photo, video, graphic design, social media, and most recently, this year in 2024, we launched the Stream for the Wishes campaign, which allows streamers of any size to, on their own time, sign up on our Tilify and raise money to help us grant wishes.
Now, you said a lot of very important things there. What does working for Make-A-Wish mean to you? How did you get started with the organization?
So I have a history of working with nonprofits, and I've done a lot of volunteer work before I landed here. Honestly, I saw the job on LinkedIn and I applied. So there isn't really a big backstory towards that, other than my route towards philanthropic work in the first place. But my work at Make-A-Wish means a lot. It is very fulfilling, it is very humbling, especially being on the storytelling side of everything and working with marketing, because everything that we do is centered around the families and the children and making sure we can help aid any other department in raising money to help grant more wishes. And especially in my role, it's very unique because I get the behind the scenes work, but I also sometimes get to get in front of the camera and behind the camera as well, where I can meet families and I can be there at wish reveals and when wishes are granted and things like that. And so seeing that in person, and it really like fuels your work even more. It's kind of like just like recharges the battery whenever you get bogged down behind the scenes and doing all the little things. So it is very fulfilling, it is very humbling, it is very motivating in the work in itself. So I would honestly put the children and the family to credit for there. That was not an English sentence. I would honestly credit the children and the families for that.
Sure, and it must be very emotional getting to experience these wishes that are granted, then being a part of that process. What does it feel like when you get to experience a child getting to have one of those wishes granted? What is that for you?
I don't get to do it as often as I like, but that makes it more special when I do get to go. Most recently, I helped capture the photos for a little girl who wished for a puppy, and that was really great. Just like seeing her like after so long, she had no idea either. It was a complete surprise. Her family told her they were going on a walk, and we were just like in the woods in like a little little secluded area. She had to like walk down this bridge, and it was her family and friends like all saying surprise and things like that. And she was just like dumbfounded. Like she was just completely like in shock. Like, oh my God, like this puppy I've been waiting for and like didn't even know it like was gonna happen is here. And we got to go to their house with them as they got trained on like being with the puppy and everything. So like being part of little things like that and being able to see kind of the joy and the hope that a wish brings is just like, there's no words for it. And again, like it really fuels the work when we go back to the office or anything like that. Fuels our work to really just remind us of why we're here and what we're doing it for.
Anytime you're getting bogged down in paperwork or you're having to hit some roadblocks really hard, then you just think back to that moment of, I got to experience a kid getting her puppy.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always just like these like little things, especially like, and it's really fun because when I take photos and videos, it's these tangible things that I can literally look back on, and I'm not just relying on my memory. And I love being able to be on the team that gets to share that out to people as well. So they're really experiencing what we're experiencing.
Now, you did talk a lot about your career and level of marketing that you get to do, and you also mentioned working with streamers regularly. Before we get into more of the specifics of the program that you work with, what do you feel is the importance of working with content creators and streamers? What does it mean to have those people on your side working alongside you for Make-A-Wish?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing about working for Make-A-Wish Massachusetts and Rhode Island is really letting people know that no matter who you are, what you do, or what your passions are, you can make a difference. And it doesn't even require you actually reaching into your own pockets and giving that money to us. It's really just doing what you love already and then having that make an impact and like snowball along the way. So I think streaming has been this thing that a lot of charities have already gone into, and I think it's just about time that we do. And I know Make-A-Wish as a whole has been really tapping into that network as well. And I myself like love to play games, and I've seen the streams, I've been part of the streams, I've been in the whole world, and I'm like, this is really something that I feel like people would love, especially in the community, and it's something that they don't really have to put too much effort into. They're already doing it. They're already, all you have to do is add a link, so why not?
It is really easy. I do want to get into how easy it is for people to get involved with Make-A-Wish. So tell us a little bit more about the specific program that you're a part of, that I believe you said you run actually. The name of it again and how people can participate.
Yeah, so it's called Stream for the Wishes. It's really easy. All you have to do is sign up on our Tiltify. You're gonna get your unique fundraising link and just put that link wherever you go. You could be on YouTube, on Twitch, you could do it on Instagram. You don't have to be a gamer to do it. You could be one of those just chatting streamers. You could be going live on Instagram, just talking to your friends and family for whatever reason. If you're part of an event, you can just add your Tiltify QR code right then and there. It's really something that serves itself, and it's so easy for you to just take it and run with it. So I think that's where it runs itself as well. And for people who are kind of hesitant, oh, I've already, helped, I've raised money for streams, we're not exclusive. So if you're like, oh, I've already raised money for this amount of stream, am I allowed to? Yeah, go for it. It's really open, it's all you, as long as you're following terms and conditions of whatever platform you're on, and you're obviously keeping it appropriate, then you can make a difference.
You're not about to tell people, no, we don't want you to raise money.
Right, yeah, yeah, you can.
You're not in that business right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. And you were saying that anyone can really get involved. You were saying, so anyone from, someone's 5 viewers right now to anyone who's 5,000 viewers, anyone can really participate in this program, right?
100%. We have no cap about the amount of viewership or followers you have. We do have a little benefit for people who do have a higher viewer count, because that is guaranteed to bring in a little bit more, where they can game with a Wish Kid. We have a couple Wish Kids who are really excited about that, and they play a variety of games, so that is a really cute benefit. And in the same realm as that, it doesn't really matter how much you raise. So if you only manage to raise $5, that's great.
That's still $5.
That's gonna get a kid a candy bar to go with their baseball game that they wish to go to. You know what I mean? If you raised $50, that's awesome. Now they get knee pads for the scooter they wanted. So no amount is too little, no amount is too big. A Wish itself costs $12,500. So we really any amount makes any difference. It's all great.
Anything is going to contribute to that overall goal, no matter what it is.
Exactly.
And you were mentioning that there's some Wish Kids that really want to get more involved in the content creation space. Let's say I'm a content creator who I would love to connect with a Wish Kid and get more involved in helping grant that wish. Is there a special procedure creators can go through to get to be a part of that?
Yeah, so if you have over 100,000 followers across your platforms, reach out to me, and I will help you connect with a Wish Kid, and we can talk about that special stream. We'll help you promote it. We'll put it on our channels. We'll be in there on that stream, really kicking it off for you. I will say we just launched on Twitch. We only have 4 followers so far, but we're gonna grow with that too.
Every start is a good one.
Exactly. And so we'll be there supporting you as well, and you'll have that really special opportunity, and you'll be able to talk to the Wish Kid as well. And it's not just gaming. We also have a couple of kids who are interested in, if you're on a podcast and you're streaming your podcast live, or even if you have pre-recorded, the families are down to talk as well.
There we go. Now, before we close up shop here, is there anything that you want to highlight about your program? Any big wins that you've had so far? We're just coming off of the Winterfest with Delta that you folks had. Is there anything you really want to highlight about this program as it's really starting to start up?
Yeah, so like you said, it is just starting up. This is the year that we've actually kicked it off, which is already a really big milestone for us, just getting everything prepared.
Starting a program anywhere is huge.
Exactly. Yeah. So we are really excited about that, and I think 2025 is going to be the year where we really ramp that up and try to get people on board. And the one thing I really want to emphasize is just how easy it is. It's really, you're doing it already. Even if you've never streamed before and you're really nervous about, kind of getting out there, we do have a toolkit that will help you promote your things, teach you a little bit about the streaming world in general, answer some FAQs, all of those things. And so no matter who you are, what platform you're on, what you're doing, it's literally just a link. And all that money will help grant more wishes.
It is that simple. Now, how can people get in contact with Make-A-Wish? How can people get in contact with you?
Yeah, so we launched a Discord server, so people can join that, and they can join not just as streamers if they're just part of the community, or
Absolutely,
they want to hear about streamers who are going live. We're hoping to build that up as a place where people can go in there and be like, hey, I'm streaming for Make-A-Wish, come check me out, something like that. And it's also a community where you can come and ask questions. You can find us on Discord, or you can email me directly. Are you guys able to put my email in the chat?
We can splash it on the screen.
Yeah, so my email is dsadaka@massri.wish.org, and people can just reach out to me and be like, hey, I'm interested, can I learn more? And just ask me any questions. I'm happy to hop on a call, happy to answer your questions over email, whatever you're more comfortable with.
This is a great time. They're offering resources. They're offering a great chance to do a lot of good for kids. So make sure you reach out, get involved with Make-A-Wish. Thank you.